even Sanjay Dutt's parents would have been going through a lot of tough time trying to control this guy who was totally out of control. So doing drugs, oh, poor guy. What the hell? I mean, I don't think no serious media professional, no serious director, no serious producer or casting director would even look at those videos. So you need to first ask yourself why you want to do what you want to do. If it's a very superficial reason like, oh, I want to be famous, or I want to get an ego boost or whatever it is, just don't do it. Now, I'll tell you, this reality shows again as a business. Parents should understand it's all business.
Leaving your comfort zone to a foreign land is not easy for anyone. A little girl struggled with identity and education amongst expats in the UAE, found her solace in art and stories. She owned a golden heart, extending a home for the homeless pets. Fighting all odds, prioritizing on her passion for cinema, she donned various hats from a model to a filmmaker. Weaving her interests together, she formed her company, Medulla, creating an opportunity for art enthusiasts from casting to production with a hint of charity events. Let's join the success journey of an incredible woman, Ursula Manwetkar.
Your casting profession, have you ever come across parents pressurizing kids to take up acting? Maybe they are trying to fulfill their dreams through their children. Have you
Of
come
course, it
across
happens a lot of time. Of course, several times. You have a lot of mothers especially do that to their kid daughters because they have not been able to get into fashion or films or something. They always push their kids. And there's a lot of pressure on those kids because maybe those kids just don't want to do it. They don't have the temperament. But the mothers keep pushing them or the fathers keep pushing them. But actually, I've not seen many fathers do it. It was only the mothers mostly who had this thing about wanting to push kids ahead. So it happens, yes. So that also a person, obviously I can't say anything to the child because the child obviously is controlled by the parent mostly, but a parent needs to understand these things. Don't try to shove your own interests onto kids. They are different individuals on their own.
What is your take on reality shows where kids actually behave like heroines who are much older, they're probably...
No, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. People should behave their age. Children should behave their age. Children are innocent.
Yeah.
They should not be taught that getting attention all the time is the most important thing in life.
Because
these shows actually program the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a major put-off to see a 5-year-old, 6-year-old doing seductive dance numbers and getting all the praises from the judges and the audience. I mean, it does not feel good. But there are a lot of parents.
No, they're putting utmost. See, now I'll tell you, this reality shows again as a business. Parents should understand. It's all business. It's there to entertain people. Who remembers any child who's succeeded in something 1 year ago? I don't even remember anybody. When I was growing up, there was focus on these intellectual activities like quizzing, debating, and all these kind of shows we had, which was fine. But the singing, dancing, and all came in later. And then it became too much, over the top. And channels also encourage, every channel has some dance show, every channel has some singing show, every channel has some big boss kind of a thing. I don't know what, it's not right. It's just not right. You're just influencing kids in a whole different. But what happens when the kids are not in front of the camera? Then they're going to feel depressed. That, oh look, everybody's clapping for us. They're not clapping anymore. Let them live their life. Let them be innocent. Let them not have these unnecessary pressures to perform.
Why do you think this glamour world is always associated with substance abuse and expensive the swanky parties and
that's what's
casting
needed
couch,
to run the industry.
Everything.
See, that's what parties are needed for networking purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, films and all are not offices. People are not sitting in offices and working. It's a set. There's a group of people. How do they interact? How does one network with people in the same industry? And another thing, because it's a creative industry, people need to be working with people who match their own creative vibe. They need to get together. If you don't get together, you can't work with that person. That's why you have these camps, people who work together all the time, because there's a comfort level. See, if you're a creative person, why should you work with somebody you don't get along well with? Let's be honest. I don't like one actor, and why should I take him if he's going to make my life miserable? He might be a great actor, but of course, if there's another actor who's easygoing, I'll work with him. So, of course, there are these kind of parties all the time where people bond over a few drinks and everything. Substance abuse, again, it's a lifestyle thing. People choose to do it. It's there in other industries too. Even people talk about flight attendants and all also going through the similar kind of thing. It's glamorized, like I said again. People glamorize it in their own, especially a lot of wealthy families and all. They're okay with these kind of lifestyles, and people who from the middle background or the lower background, they get into this kind of lifestyle. They think that's what you need to do to fit in. So a lot of people do it out of pure pressure.
To you, like, how did you turn out to be so confident, and how have you made up your mind to follow your heart so seriously, and probably against certain societal pressures also? As you said, you want to do your things first and then think about other things based on your priorities. So how did you make yourself so bold? I really want you to touch the souls of a lot of young girls who are confused and lost and listening to certain people and probably giving a deaf ear to themselves and their mind. If you could just give them a soul-to-soul talk.
Okay. So for the other girls, I would say that you need to know what you want. And why. Why is also important. It's not like I want to be famous because maybe that will help me boost my self-esteem. No. You need to understand that just by the virtue of being you, by who you are, God has given you this body, you're existing in this body. You're a creation of God, and you need to be happy with who you are, whatever shape, size, form you are in. You are beautiful the way you are. Whatever talent you have, whatever, everything. I think everybody's a whole person. There's no incomplete person. So stop thinking of yourself as being incomplete. I can understand how frustrating it gets when you're not acknowledged by your family, or acknowledged by society. So stop seeking acknowledgement from the wrong sources. A lot of people think they can seek out outside and they get manipulated in the process. Don't do that. We need acknowledgement, yes. Have one or two good friends, not a lot of friends. Have one or two good close friends who you can trust and rely on. If you're not getting it from family, at least you have friends to support you. Maybe have mentors. Have a lot of, maybe at school or some elderly person who can guide you, you can be open with. I'm sure you have a lot of those, like you have teachers, you have professors, or whoever you can talk to. But don't expect it from sources. If it's not happening, it's not happening. Don't take it harsh on yourself. Don't be lost. Ultimately, just allow things to go, because people have this habit of wanting to control their destiny, wanting to control how things happen. But nothing's going to happen no matter how much you plan. So just be prudent, just do your work on a day-to-day basis, focus on what you at that moment want to do, and just take life as it comes. And if things don't happen the way you want, don't be disappointed, because you'll always be given many more chances to do things. And that time you'll realize that maybe the timing was not right at that time. You will not know it, but later on you'll realize, oh, I wish I knew at that time. Okay, so whatever happens, they say that whatever happens for the better. That's true. That's true. You have to be patient. You have to understand that, okay, don't be lost. Just take it with the flow. Just don't take life so seriously that people think, oh, I need to, they put milestones. At this age, I need to do this, I need to do this, that, and this. No. Just relax. Relax, take it easy. Especially in the creative, you can't put pressure on yourself. You can achieve this your creative fulfillment at any age. So you need to first ask yourself why you want to do what you want to do. If it's a very superficial reason like, oh, I want to be famous, or I want to get an ego boost, or whatever it is, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's a wrong reason. But if you're wanting to do it for some inner satisfaction, for something else, maybe to have some good message for the society, or just in general be an inspiration for other people, then it's a different thing,
How much do you think TikTok, the band app in India, has got a role to play in an actor's life? Because most of them think they are great actors just mimicking behind someone else's voice and their modulation, and they just, I don't know what they're doing, but a lot of them always give references to their accounts and say that, this is what I do and this is my piece of art. So what do you think? Do you get such profiles, or do people send you such kind of
links? At the end of it, the TikTok, this is a hearsay. I don't know if I'm right in quoting this, but this was a hearsay that the founder of TikTok himself said that I made this app for people who don't have anything to do.
Okay.
Just for someone to fill their time, which basically means it's a time pass app. Mm-hmm. It's a hearsay again. I don't know if he really said it. There's just some memes going around. Okay. So TikTok is a very non-serious medium because you see the videos are quite short.
Yeah.
Extremely short. I am not able to, I won't understand anything. Mm-hmm. What they're trying to do, what they're not doing. Unless and until a person is actually, at the end, it's a medium, right? So if they're able to really put in a lot of hard work into something and create a unique concept, again, original. Okay? Mm-hmm. But that you can do on YouTube, you can do it on Facebook, you can do it on any medium as long as people are watching it. Mm-hmm. So this thing which you particularly mentioned, that they're lip syncing on somebody else's dialogue or everything, that's just utter bullshit. Mm-hmm. I mean, no serious media professional, no serious director, no serious producer or casting director would even look at those videos.
Okay. So, do you really think that filmmakers have a social responsibility, and people who are watching it will start applying it to their lives? And do you really think there is a connection like that?
Of course, filmmakers have a great social responsibility because you are in charge of you have a very powerful medium at your disposal. Mm-hmm. You can actually project some things to people which they probably wouldn't know things like that exist. Okay? People come to movies to escape reality. Mm-hmm. That's why we have different genres of film. We have poor people looking up to these blockbusters just so that they escape into this whole fantasy world of pretty faces and rich people and fancy places. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is a respite for them. Mm-hmm. What you show them affects their free time. What you show them affects their subconscious mind as well. It keeps playing on their mind. So whether you show violence, whether you show too much of song and dance, or whatever you show on the screen, it definitely affects people who watch it. So you do have a social responsibility. What you do, how you do, what your characters portray, what they're trying to say, how they walk, how they talk, how they dress up, everything matters. Everything matters. I mean, how much our fashion industries is actually molded because of what a certain heroine or certain hero wears in a film. They start the trends.
Right.
That's when they want to have those kind of outfits, right? To emulate them. So, of course, they have a social responsibility.
When we take about a film like Arjun Reddy, which is again made into Kabir Singh, there was a huge hue and cry about the particular scene where the girl is getting slapped. And half of them say, there are people are matured enough to understand that it is wrong and it's just something that's happening on the screen and it's a story about someone else. Whereas there are a few others who feel, people who are into such a relationship might entertain and encourage it further while they're getting even more exploited with days, So what is your take on it?
See, my take on it is, yes, the message should be, the director should have understood what is the message I'm trying to portray. That was not looked upon in a sensible way, I feel, because he was just trying to say this is his idea of what love should be. This is his idea of what a relation should be. Mm-hmm. He was very personal about that character. Unfortunately, he forgot that it's not just his family who's going to watch the movie. Okay, it's the whole world that is watching the movie, and whatever he puts across is definitely going to be taken with different opinions floating around about it. Correct. So if his message was to prove that, oh, love transcends all situations and everything, and in the end they get together, that can be done in a different way. If he has to show frustration between the characters, if he has to show anger between the characters, that can be done in a respectable way. Why do you need to involve? You don't have to involve stuff like violence, harassment, stalking, or even just plain making a certain situations extremely funny, like to seem that they're funny situation. Like you do see some scenes in Kabir Singh where he's probably he's hooking up with some girls, and suddenly her fiance comes in or something. Yes. I don't know, some things like this are there, but it's the background music and just the whole way it is treated is kind of, the viewer feels, oh, this is really cool, huh? This is how it should do. A guy he wants to forget everything. This is how he should move on. He should go drink and he should just get laid everywhere. That's really wrong. That's not the right way to project a main character. You can maybe project a villain that way if you want.
So see, the reason why I asked you this is because since you have been in the field and you have learned everything step by step, and you're going to make a movie soon. So I'm a little confused as a viewer. Okay, so when I watched this and then I watched Sanju, I felt even Sanju, I think him claiming about sleeping with so many women and doing substance abuse and everything was also wrong. But then the audience were not so vocal about it. They still idolize that particular actor. They still look up to him as a hero. But when it happened in this particular movie, it just turned out to be, I don't know, it just went out of proportion.
Yeah, because that was an autobiography. That was what actually happened with him. It was not a character.
But then they are showing it, right? They're glorifying someone who is still admired by a lot of youth.
That's what I'm saying. The treatment of the film was such. The treatment of the film was such where certain things were not. They were put in a very comic context.
Okay.
In a very light-hearted context. You know, like it was like, oh, look, he's doing drugs. It's so funny. Come on, it's not. It's not funny.
That's what I was.
Because his mom was dying, so he's doing drugs. Oh, poor guy. What the hell? I mean, I don't, and I'm sure even Sanjay Dutt's parents would have been going through a lot of tough time trying to control this guy who was totally out of control. So I don't, so that's what I'm saying. The director they can really make or break somebody. Yeah, they can really influence the society as a really. So they have to be careful with the topics they pick up, how they convey those topics. They have to be careful.
When it comes to their behavior, there are some of them who are very particular about getting the main role and do not want to do the hero's friend's role or any small little role. They're not ready to do it. So if they really want and if they're really passionate, how would you convince them with this? Like, you need to start at anything that you get and go ahead.
Depends what they're passionate about.
Okay.
Because are they passionate about just having a few things to brag about to their friends or to show off in front of the world? Is that the passion they have? Or they have a genuine passion that, yes, I feel that I have all the talent and the looks. But unfortunately, if somebody says, I just want to be a lead actor, it doesn't work that way. But if they're just adamant on doing it, let them invest in a film themselves and let them bring it out. Let them create a launchpad for themselves. They can make YouTube videos, they can create content. I mean, sky's the limit here, right? But don't expect that you'll be given it on a platter unless you know people inside and unless you have people supporting you.
Thank you so much, Ursula. It was wonderful listening to you and your journey. I'm sure it's going to motivate a lot of girls who are going to watch this interview. And I also wanted this to be a small little guide for youngsters who are looking for opportunity in the films, who really don't have a clear idea. And all that they know is about the lovely pictures that is being updated on Instagram and Facebook and all the other social media platforms. They really don't know how the industry is. So I think it will be a great, insightful interview for all of them who are looking for a career in the film industry. And not just that, I also feel that a lot of young girls will understand to follow their heart and make their own choices. So it's really,
without losing respect for themselves. Without losing respect for themselves is very important.
Right.
Never do something which you're not into. If you have that gut feeling, if you feel no, this is not right, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I can understand why you're saying that because your journey would have taught you so much. No, like you definitely want
Absolutely.
Others not to fall into anything wrong. I think all of us want the youngsters to go in the right path, and really.
See, ultimately, what I believe is whatever do it. This is my personal mantra. Whatever you want to do in life, make sure you are changing people's life for the better. Whatever you do, create an inspiration, set an example, and otherwise, what is the use of your life? You've been given this life to achieve something. I think if you're touching his life in a good way is far better achievement than having your own achievement for ego, money, and all these other material things. This is what I feel. Maybe others would be different, but this is what I feel. Yeah.
No, it's very true because now you are definitely an example because you have started your own company, you're doing your movies, and you have learned it all by yourself. Like it's not like you have someone in the family to you don't have anyone in the family. You have learned it on your own, and that too following your passion, your heart. So you are definitely an example. That no doubt about it. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. You guys take care. And for the audience, I have a message. Please be completely sure about yourselves before following any career, be it film or anything. You need to know what you really want. Maybe sometimes you may not be in the right age also. Take a few months off. Try to do things. Just get some basic experience in every field. Then I think you'll get a more better idea about what is the best fit for you. So yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for 4850 for interviewing me. And great. I wish you guys all the best. And I hope your platform really succeeds.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.